Hello everybody. Happy Monday. Okay, let's make sure we're live in group and let's get started. I'm excited. So I have lots of things planned for fun here. You guys like my shirt? Puppies, wine, and I'm fine. Okay, so we are going to do a full moon ritual, and here you guys are hopping on. Awesome. Say hello, and if you didn't see my note earlier, go ahead and just grab a pen or pencil and some paper, just some scrap paper, and then if you have it, some sort of burn-proof bowl and a match or a lighter. Hi Al, welcome. You've been doing all the full moon stuff too. You guys need to go check out Alex's new Instagram. Put it in the comments, Alex. Okay, so we are going to focus on some forgiveness tonight. And I'm taking this is kind of a random tangent, but I'm taking this class on what's called Akashic Records. And hi, Kat. They said something, there was this like really beautiful quote during this course that I'm taking, and it said, "It is in the present that we create our future." And I think that's so powerful, that in these small moments like tonight, and these moments that you are intentional about what you want and what you want to create in your life. Hi, Abby. Yeah, thanks for sharing, Al. When you're so intentional about what you want in your life, it's like those moments that you are present and that you are manifesting, and the way you react and take action in your life that then begin to create your future, because nothing is set in stone. You get to be that author of your story and your life. And so that's why rituals like this to me are so sacred and important, and just really fun and beautiful to share energy with people. Even though we can't be all in a room together, we still get to share energy. So I'm excited to gather and to talk about the energy of this particular full moon. And the full moon, just very basic, is when it's at its fullest and its brightest, right? It's the full circle in the sky. And this is a pink moon, but it's actually, unfortunately, not called pink moon because of its color. It is... You're like a blondie violet unicorn. I know, that didn't take, the purple didn't take on my whole head, so I kind of have like bits of silver, so I'm trying to decide what to do. So the pink moon is actually known as a pink moon because of the appearance in this time of year of a flower called pink moss, or phlox, Phlox. And they say that was probably like around, it was called the pink moon because our ancestors used to watch the moons to figure out the tides and for all of their farming and everything. And so this was the time of the year when the moon came out, when also this flower bloomed. So that is why it's called the pink moon. And then this full moon is also aligned with Jupiter, and Jupiter is yin, which is emotional and feminine energy, okay? So that's going to be expanded and magnified in this full moon because it's aligned with Jupiter. It's also in the astrological sign of Libra, and Libra is the sign of relationships. So that's why also forgiveness and relationships is going to be powerful tonight. And Libra is an air sign. So you guys can Google like what your sign is and whether you're earth, air, fire, water. But the moon is in an air sign, so it's affecting all of us, which is Libra. And air signs in general resonate with power and creativity and fun, ideas and adventure and excitement, okay? And then Venus is still in retrograde, which is actually a really rare thing. And so that's going to bring up even more feminine energy and power tonight, which is really awesome. I posted earlier that the actual peak of the full moon is going to be at 2:08 Eastern time. So for me, it's a little after midnight. So that's when you get the full juicy power, but it's good to do these rituals beforehand as you're leading up to the full moon. Mom, why not? It's okay. Yeah, it'll be saved in the group. You can come back to it later. Yes, Yoni, yes. Yeah, all the feminine energy. Okay, so I've also been reading this book, Moonology, and it's by Yasmin Boland, and so that's why I've been a little bit inspired by moon energy lately and cycles and a lot of feminine energy. And she writes in this book about the full moon, all full moons in general, that if you are moon sensitive, you might feel more wound up and anxious around a full moon, because the new moon is when you set your intentions. That's when it's black, okay? And then when you get to the full moon, it's this time where you like, okay, all of these intentions, what did you create, what did you accomplish, and what did you not create, and what did you procrastinate on? And we tend to be hard on ourselves during this time, because it's like the end of a cycle, and then you're looking and reflecting and being like, okay, what did I do and what did I not do? And we tend to be presented with some challenges through that time as well. So what she suggests is, instead of being really hard on yourself or thinking about what hasn't worked out over the last cycle, instead just bless it, and instead be grateful for everything that has happened and that you do have in your life, okay? I cried for no reason today driving home from work. I think Mercury is in retrograde happening. It is, yeah. You're right on about that. So tonight we're going to focus our energy on forgiveness, and which is good for any full moon, but it's really appropriate tonight because the moon is in Libra, which is the governor of relationships, okay? And when we do forgive, we release karma and we cleanse our energy body. And these rituals are just like really powerful energy cleansers and amplifiers. So I wanted to start with my moon deck, which many of you guys have seen. Here's the booklet on it, and here are the cards. And I'm just going to pull a couple cards for us to get started and start to focus our intention inward on what we need from this ritual tonight. I'm just catching up on you guys' comments as I shuffle. Okay, so I'm going to draw 3 cards, okay? And I just want you guys to pick one that resonates most with you. So I'll just have you close your eyes and call in your guides, call in energy of the universe, and just get really clear in your intention. Take a couple deep breaths and ask for any sign that you need to receive to present itself tonight. Okay, and I'm just going to shuffle a couple more times and draw the first card. Okay, so this is card number 1. You can choose if you want card number 1, 2, or 3. So if that card feels right for you, just comment number 1, okay? Okay, this is going to be card number 2. All right, if that one feels right for you, comment number 2, and then lastly, number 3. Okay, and card number 3. All right. 1, Alex. 2, Abby. Corey, I've been crying since Friday. Lots of release happening. This is good. Yeah, it's good to cry. Some of you may have saw my post. I basically cried for like 3 days straight, and it was like really heartbreaking, but then I found a lot of gratitude, and it was really releasing. Kat, I'm going to start asking Kuan Yin to be my guide. That's perfect. She's your empath goddess, so she could be perfect for that. Okay, good. I'm seeing your guys' numbers. All right, so I'm going to start with number 1. And number 1 is, ooh, it's got an eagle. Okay. I welcome clear vision and inspired action. Here's the picture. It's really pretty, right? I welcome clear vision and inspired action. Oh, and can you guys see too, there's like this dark circle here in the background. Okay, so she's got like spirit animal of eagle taking over. This card is all about clarity. Okay, so this full moon for you may be about letting go, forgiving, and then finding clarity through that release, okay? The book says, a seed of passion and desire lives within each of us. This seed is our spark, a voice that reminds us of who we are at our core. It keeps us on track, inspires our mission, and craves clarity. The eagle is strong medicine. She can soar to great heights and intuit the winds of change while maintaining a clear perspective and grounded connection to earth. When your vision is clear and you know what you want, taking inspired steps forward feels more effortless. If things are not clear yet, the sincere act of acting and listening will lead you there. Imagine you're an eagle soaring over the majestic landscapes that make up your life. Embrace all that you've already created and acknowledge your journey. So for you, if you pick number 1, just like I was saying that Yasmin Boland writes in her book, that full moon is a time for you to reflect on not necessarily what you haven't accomplished in the last few weeks, but what have you, and bless what you have and find great gratitude, and know that clarity is coming your way. Okay, so card number 1, all about clarity. Who had number 1? Al, you had 1. Okay. Number 2. Oh, I just pulled this card earlier this week. Okay, so this card is about boundaries. Healthy boundaries keep me centered and balanced. Who had 2? Abby, Corey, Amy. So this is for you. Healthy boundaries keep me centered and balanced. Okay, so you can see she has actually 2 of the crescent moons here, and this is the yin and the yang, the dark and the light, the masculine and the feminine, okay? And so you can see she's also got kind of these hands coming around her. And what we need to know is that we can't let people latch onto our energy like that. We need to be able to create strong boundaries and that balance between masculine and feminine, and what is ours and not ours to carry. So you might take on other people's shit and you don't have to, okay? So setting healthy boundaries is essential for our physical and emotional well-being. We each have a need to care for our unique nature and enforce certain limits and maintain self-respect. So tune in to your central power source as you create and relate to the world with healthy boundaries. When your boundaries are too weak, you may give away too much, let too much in, or set yourself up for unhealthy dependency. But if your boundaries are too rigid or thorny, you may become tense and isolated. So either extreme is a little too much. We need to find this balance and recognize the habits that are emotionally draining and painful for us, okay? So for you, this moon is going to be more about calling in the feminine where we are, and then balancing out with your masculine and being able to create strong energetic boundaries, okay? And that might also come through this practice of forgiveness. And I have a feeling that people who picked number 2, probably their person to forgive is going to be themselves, okay? Just think about that. Number 3 is movement awakens my creative spirit. Okay, so we actually have a full moon, which is appropriate, and a very feminine woman, like just shaking it, all right? Moving intuitively and creatively. She's fun. Okay, so that card is going to be all about movement in your life, but also think about ways that you currently have movement in your body, and how could you kind of expand upon that and try something different? Because it seems like the movement that you might have right now is like stagnant for you and making your energy stagnant. So how can you switch it up and start to bring something new into your life? Who picked number 3? Marsha and Kat, this is for you. Movement awakens our creative potential and our primal essence. It's a deep-rooted aspect of our womanly nature and acts as a superfood for our emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Your body dances with the song of your soul when you move and flow. Breathe deep, sweat your intentions, and empty out so you can let more in. Recognize stagnation. Your body wants to move, and avoiding this signal can lead to depression. Movement flushes out tension, draws clarity and confidence to the surface. Okay, so again, this moon is going to be about clarity for you, just like number one, but your clarity needs to come through some sort of practice of movement. Move your body, dance, try some gentle yoga, just like lay down on the ground and do some twists if that's all you can do, or even try sitting in a meditative position. The Deepak and Oprah 21-day challenge for meditation started today. That's what got me started with meditation. I'm obsessed with it. I do all of them, and it's free for 21 days. So that could be an option for this person too. Even though it's not necessarily movement, you're still changing the movement of your thoughts in your brain, okay? For anyone who is having a lot of pain that can't do exercise. Okay, so to recap, number 1, number 2, and number 3. All right, so I just want those cards to set the stage for you as we move into our ritual, and I want them to help you set an intention and kind of just know what's going to come up for you, and then in the next several weeks as we transition past this full moon, okay? So now, good, Marsha, grab your pen and paper, and I'm just going to use a sticky note. You can use a whole, like, full-length piece of paper, whatever you have nearby, but try not to put it in a pretty journal because we're going to burn it or rip it up. And I want you to just write on the top, you can do it like big caps letters, I forgive. Okay? So there's mine. I know it's probably backwards for you guys, but you just write I forgive. And then I want you to write and just think about, kind of in silence here for a minute, who do you need to or want to or can you forgive tonight? And with this full moon energy of like intense Libra, air energy and relationships, and it can definitely be the relationship with yourself or others. It could be someone you haven't seen in 10 years that you're still holding resentment towards. Or it can be your family, it can be anybody, okay? So I want you to just start writing who you want or need to forgive. Okay, and then you can write any other like details you feel like are important. So you might write down yourself, and then you might just jot down a couple words that are part of the energy of forgiveness. So maybe you need to forgive yourself for self-harm, or maybe you need to forgive yourself for negative talk, or maybe you need to forgive your father, and you might write just a couple words. You might need to forgive because of abuse, or you an argument, or someone being too rough or hard on you. Okay, so I just want you to write kind of some of the why. And yeah, please share too if you're comfortable. Please write down in the comment box too, who are you going to forgive tonight? So Kat says she's going to forgive herself for eating gluten for so long. Yeah, but now you know, Kat, and you know it's inflammatory, and we're going to forgive yourself tonight, and then you're going to be able to cleanse that energy and that karma as you move forward into your life. So just keep writing anything else that you need to get out. And if this is presenting a block or a challenge for you, think about what you just need to release in general, if that's easier. Like, what can you release? And what weight are you carrying this Monday evening, and how can you let go of it? How can you allow yourself to feel lighter by letting go? Okay, so just keep writing down any words that feel like they need to be burned and they need to be released and let go of, okay? So again, if you need to forgive yourself, it could be a dietary thing. It could be, I ate too much cheese this weekend, right? But we're going to forgive ourselves for it tonight. So just keep writing. Give you guys a little bit longer on that to just consider, like, what can you let go of? What no longer serves you? What is not yours to carry? Okay? And it's going to be best if you can write all sorts of people on here. Forgiving myself for feeling that imperfection is not imperfect. That imperfection is not imperfect. Yeah, so you are, what do we say? Perfectly imperfect, and that your imperfections are actually beautiful. Cat drinking a lot too. Okay, you can forgive yourself. Martinis and wine, I know. I don't know if you guys were on yet, but my shirt says wine tonight. Puppies, wine, and I'm fine. Truth. So, I was saying that it's going to be best now if you can focus on one person, okay? So you're going to release all of this, but for our meditation, I want you to think of, you can just put your paper to the side for now. And I want you to put this one person in front of you, okay? And since it's a pink moon, you can kind of draw some pink, imaginary pink aura around them too if you want. And it might also be you. So you can imagine yourself in front of you, which might feel kind of weird at first. But it could also be, it could be you in the age that you are now, or it could be you as a child, at 12, at 15, at 3 years old, okay? What is the version of you that needs the most forgiveness? So you're going to put the person in front of you or yourself in front of you and surround them with a beautiful pink aura. And I just want you to repeat in your mind's voice, or if you feel comfortable saying it out loud, you definitely can too. Sometimes that provides a stronger release. And this is the practice, as many of you have done with me before, of Ho'oponopono, ancient Hawaiian practice of forgiveness. So you're just going to close your eyes and in your mind say, I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. Okay? I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. Okay? And so find a comfortable seat. Find a spot that feels good for you. I'm going to play some music here. It's about 4 minutes long. And we're just going to repeat, I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. So you're going to hear me saying it with the music. You can say it along with me, or just repeat in your mind's voice. Close your eyes. Imagine that person in front of you. Surround them with pink light. I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. I'm sorry, Forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And just take a deep breath in. Open your eyes when you're ready. And come back to us and just comment on how that felt for you, okay? And as you reflect on what you're able to let go of, allow this to cleanse you, okay? Allow forgiveness to be a healing, clearing, cleansing practice. And I just wanted to end with a short invocation that we could share together, and then we're going to burn our paper, okay? So you can keep your eyes open or closed this time. And if you do close your eyes, just take your gaze up between your eyebrows to your internal third eye center. And just continue to breathe deeply. Grandmother Moon, calling in your divine light and energy to help me release what no longer serves me. I ask you to help me release any unforgiveness and help me let go. Bring love and healing thoughts to my earthly body. I let go of all resentment. I breathe in healing pink light. I call on the element of air to bring fun and creativity to my life. I send love to myself and others. I blanket myself in forgiveness. I let the feminine moon energy heal all of my wounds, all that is broken and all that is heavy. I shed what no longer needs to be carried. I call on the moon to cleanse my energy and my aura. I am light. I am love. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Take another deep breath in and release. And again, notice if our invocation allowed you to drop any of the other kind of gunk in your aura that maybe you were still carrying here. And as a final part of our ritual, or a full moon ritual, we're going to take our paper that has your I forgive and all of your notes that you wrote down. And if you have a burn-proof container, you can use that. Sometimes like a stainless steel kitchen sink will work, but please be careful. If you don't have anything to burn your paper in, that's okay. I've done it on the cement outside before as well, just make sure it's not too windy. So you can either burn, but if that's not possible, you can also just rip it up into a million little pieces, like you're, it's getting that same energy as like burn, release, okay? If that doesn't resonate with you so much, you could also flush it, depending how big your paper is and how strong your plumbing system is. I would do that maybe if it were like more of a tissue type paper. So I'm just going to rip up some pieces of my paper here. Sorry, it's probably loud for you guys. Into my abalone shell. And if you are just ripping your paper, let like every rip kind of feel good. Like you're like forgiving, like you're letting go and putting into here. And we'll see how this goes. So I'm going to burn. You guys can burn along with me. If you can't do it tonight, you could also do it tomorrow, no problem. And hopefully we don't set off any smoke alarms. You guys can't see this, can you? She's burning. Oh, sorry. She's burning in there. Can you see it now? You want to make sure you burn all of the paper, and while you're doing this, it could also be really wonderful to visualize the things that you wrote down, like releasing, okay? Paper doesn't really want to burn on its own. Can see that they're still burning in there. Okay, and then I like to, since burning paper doesn't smell that good, I like to put a little bit of something on the top to change the smell. This is mugwort. Sounds like Harry Potter, right? Mugwort. And just burn this, which is also going to help clear energy. If you can, crack a window open in your house. Okay. Yeah, it smells a lot better. All right, ladies. Thank you, darling. Powerful, painful, but releasing to the little girl in me. Yeah, I find it to be very strong when it is forgiveness of yourself, to put yourself in front of you and be so specific about what age, and it might be more than one, so you can actually take what we did tonight, and if you guys are still kind of processing and releasing and forgiving right now, just allow yourself to sit wherever you are and meditate on that longer. I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. And sit with it as long as you need and go through as many people as you need. Tonight's the night to do it. All right, loves. Does anyone have any questions? I love sharing this energy with you, and thank you so much for joining me. And I want to hear too, like how you guys all feel tomorrow and how you sleep tonight. Okay. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Happy full moon vibes. See you, ladies.